This is Monday, August 15th, and we went over to Dollar General to do just a real quick fill-in haul for a few things that we needed and a few things we didn't absolutely need. So the first thing we got was this big tote. We needed it for extra storage. Then we got some more of these puppy pads. This is what we're using in the little brooder area for our baby chicks. I picked up some of these matches just because it's always a good idea to have some matches around. So I picked those up. And then I got these little alcohol prep pads. These are just to keep in that little first aid kits that we got from the Hope Center, if you saw that haul, for Olivia and I. We won't take all of these, obviously, but we'll put a few in our purse at a time. And these are just good to have around for cleaning wounds and such. I picked these up. These are all ready for Thanksgiving. I just thought these were really, really pretty. $2. They're starting to get a lot of their fall stuff out, and I can't help but buy fall stuff. I picked up some of these baked chips. These are for me because they're lower in calorie. And then I got some more of these freeze-dried strawberry crisps. These are 50 calories for the entire bag. And then I picked up some of these chocolate rice cakes. One of you had told me how good chocolate rice cakes are, and the other brand, Quaker I think is the other brand, their chocolate rice cakes have dairy in them, and these do not. So I got 2 packs of those. These are snacks for me. They are 40 calories for one rice cake. Picked up some more of these gel pens because I really like these gel pens. They're probably like the best pens I've used in a really long time. I picked up some more ham for the guys, and I'm telling you, it took me quite a while to choose this because this is only a 9-ounce package. Remember when these packages used to be a pound? And this was $3.95 for 9 ounces. And it was the cheapest that I could find in the whole deli case, or in their freezer section. They don't have a deli section, but in their refrigerator section. So I told Olivia, I said, the guys, Travis and Scott, who normally are the ones that take lunch meat sandwiches in their lunches, they're going to have to start choosing something else because lunch meat is too expensive. 9 ounces, and it was almost $4. This is ridiculous. Then, of course, I couldn't pass up any of the little fall things that I saw. This one was so stinking cute. If you know me at all, I love fall. And decorating for fall is one of my favorite things to do. I almost like it even more than decorating for Christmas, simply because it stays up longer. You know, you do all that work to put Christmas up, and then before you know it, it's time to take it back down again. Well, I start decorating for fall in September, and it stays up until after Thanksgiving when I decorate for Christmas. So anyways, I got this cute little topiary, and then this little guy was only $1, and he was so cute. He's made out of felt, and he kind of matches the colors really well. And yes, I have an issue. I have a problem with mugs. I do. I admit it freely. But I just thought this was the prettiest mug ever, with the little terracotta edge at the bottom and the truck, and just it's nice and big, perfect for a nice big cup of tea. And it was only $3, and it is microwave and dishwasher safe, and that's always a plus. Picked up some toothpaste. This is the kind that Olivia uses, and this is the kind that Scott and I use. And then we got some toilet paper. Toilet paper is another thing. I stood there and looked and looked and looked and tried to find good prices, and this size package used to be $5. Now it's over $6. And I ended up getting 2 packs because they used to sell this size, like one package this size, for $9.99. Well, they don't even have those anymore. So I ended up getting the one like equivalent of this. It used to be $9.99. Now I spent over $12 for the same amount of toilet paper. It's kind of discouraging, really. You go into the stores and it's really pretty discouraging. I picked up another thing of paper towels. That's one paper product that it's going to be very difficult for us to stop using because we have animals in the house and we're constantly having to clean up messes and, you know, yucky things that you don't really want to use a cloth for. You just want to pick it up and throw it away, that kind of deal. So yeah, paper towels is one of those things that, unless they become so expensive that I just can't afford it at all anymore, I will continue to purchase paper towels. Then I picked up this little fan. Let me tell you, hot flashes are real and they are not fun. And I found that when I am in the kitchen trying to get supper going is when I have more hot flashes than just about any other time. And I get so hot and so uncomfortable that I start to feel kind of sick. So I thought I need to find a small fan that I can keep on the kitchen counter so that when I'm working in the kitchen and I start getting hot, I can turn this fan on, or I just turn it on when I go in the kitchen and leave it on to kind of prevent or help ease the discomfort of this particular time period in my life that I'm going through. And then the last thing I picked up from Dollar General was some more laundry soap. This is another thing that's going up in price. This was $11, and I believe the last time I purchased it, it was $8 for the same size thing of laundry soap. All right, there's my somewhat depressing Dollar General haul. Happy Tuesday! I am going to go over to the little vegetable stand that's like a mile from my house, and I thought I'd take you along with me. But before I go, I want to show you something that popped up in my chicken Jenny's pen, and we just kind of let it go because we wanted to figure out what it was. We're still not 100% sure what it is, but I've got to show you this plant. It's amazing. We are calling it our Amazon plant, or our tropical plant, because we have never seen a plant this ginormous before. I mean, this is my hand. It doesn't even, I don't even know if you can see like reference to how humongous this leaf is. And it just goes and goes and goes and goes and goes. It obviously loves the nitrogen that's in this soil from Jenny's poo. Where is Jenny anyway? Do you see her?
No. She's probably in there sitting.
Oh, and sitting on her nest?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And it's got blooms, and it's got this one fruit, and it's making us believe that it's pumpkin. At first Olivia thought maybe watermelon, but I have never seen a watermelon plant with such humongous leaves. So I'm thinking pumpkin, because we've given Jenny pumpkins before. So we'll see. I don't know that there's enough time left in our growing season for this to mature. And as far as I can tell, that's the only plant or fruit on here. But like I said, there's more blooms. If you guys can tell me definitively what this is, that would be very helpful. But we are leaning toward pumpkin. But yeah, I still can't get over. I can't get over the size of this plant. It is amazing. And that's the whining you heard. He wants out, but he can't get out because we're leaving.
No, Oliver. corn.
Yep, I want to get a dozen ears.
We got mixed beans.
I was hoping they had some zucchini and cucumber, but I don't see any.
Tiny little squash. Did you even
Oh,
eat
little
those?
tiny small acorn squashes. Yeah, you can eat them. Don't need tomatoes. We got some tiny little squash down there. So I ended up just getting a dozen ear of corn and some kale. I was really hoping they had cucumbers and zucchini, but they had one cucumber that was kind of looked like it had been on the vine a little too long, and they didn't have any zucchini. They had a ton of tomatoes, but I don't need tomatoes. We've got a ton of those ourselves. So this is what I got. I will end up dehydrating this. So since my kale plants are done, whenever I see it, I will buy it. Good Wednesday morning, friends. I purchased this rack. It wasn't very expensive. I got it off of Amazon, and it's specifically for drying your reusable bags. These, if you remember in my last vlog, I showed you these reusable little snack bags that I got. I have yet to wash them because I needed some way to dry them. So I purchased this little rack. You just wash these out and you slip them over, and it will hold 9 bags. So I'm going to go ahead and get these washed. So once they're completely dry, we can start using them and stop using the disposable ones. Olivia and I just got back from the garden, and we picked this full basket of tomatoes, and most of them are ready to go. Some of them need to go in the sunshine for a few days just to finish ripening, but we're going to go ahead and get these blanched and skinned and chopped up, put into a freezer bag, because I don't have time to can or process anything this week. I've got something going on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So the goal is to try to get these canned on Monday. These are the tomatoes I picked the other day in last week's vlog. Not had a chance to deal with those yet. And then we've got these over here, which some of these are ready to go. One got rotten, it looks like, because it's, yeah, this one's rotten. I'm going to have to get rid of that, rinse this basket out. So got this to deal with, and then we also picked this huge bag of basil. This is just like the tip of the iceberg as far as the amount of basil we have. But Olivia's going to work on getting this ground up and put in the freezer in little cubes. So we got a lot of work ahead of us here. I'm also going to work on getting this kale that I got yesterday from the vegetable stand in the dehydrator. pesto in the making. This is going to go in the freezer as well. So far the tomatoes I've gotten done. Got this much in this bowl, and then I've got another bowl full on the other counter. So we're going to get quite a bit of tomato, and I'm going ahead and dicing them up. That will save us time when we go to can stuff. This is my biggest stainless steel bowl that I have, and it is full to the brim with diced tomatoes. I'm going to get these in bags and get them in the freezer. This is the pesto that Olivia made. She got the 12 of the bigger sizes, and then she's finishing off with the smaller ones. The other two ice cube trays have just plain ground up basil in them.
Only one of them.
Only one of them? Oh, it only just took one? Oh, okay. All right, just one. And then our dehydrator is full of kale and basil as well. So it was a productive afternoon. Now, I gotta get this all cleaned up. Good Thursday morning, everyone. It's an absolute gorgeous day. So I thought I would step out on my deck for a few minutes. Here's Bo. What are you eating, Bo? Don't want to know. Ugh, I don't know what he's eating. Yuck. He catches rabbits and stuff. And he's also been known to drag a deer carcass up in the yard for I don't know. Deer might have died of natural causes or whatever, but he drags stuff up in our yard. But I wanted to show you our sunflowers. They're just so pretty. I wish more of them had survived. These are the only two that survived. I had them planted in a planter like this, but it kept getting full of water, and I thought I could have swore I had drilled holes in the bottom of it. I couldn't figure out why it wasn't draining, so I went ahead and just transplanted the sunflowers into this pot, and come to find out that other pot, it's empty. It's down there. I never drilled holes in the bottom of it. I don't know how I missed that, but when I use it next year, I'll definitely drill holes in it. These flowers are doing really good. Right now, they're not looking too fabulous, but I'll insert a picture of what they look like when all the flowers are opened up. Some of these are like these need to be pinched off because they're past their prime, but these will open up as the day goes. starting to slow down a little bit on its blooms, which is sad because I really have enjoyed this plant. And my peace lilies are just loving being outside. And my impatiens are doing fabulous. They never disappoint. They're so pretty every single year. I decided to start feeding the birds a little bit. I just took one of my feeders and put it up here on the railing because I was seeing a lot of cardinals up on the deck, like looking for food. And so I thought, oh, I'm going to start feeding the birds. It's a little early, but I put it there because it's less likely to drop seeds in any of my pots and cause weeds to grow. But yep, it's a gorgeous, gorgeous day. If you see those blue tarps out there, that is our potato patch, or where our potatoes were. We extended it. It used to stop about right where the wheelbarrow is, but we extended it several feet that direction because we want to be able to plant more potatoes next year. But I'm putting those tarps down. Those are just the cheap tarps from Dollar Tree. And I'm going to keep them there all winter so that in the spring it'll be easier to till that ground up. Less weeds and whatnot. But I ran out of tarps. So sometime today, I'm going to go to Dollar Tree. I'll share that haul with you. Sorry if I'm shaky. Especially when it's zoomed in, I get extra shaky. Yeah, Bo is definitely... I think it was a squirrel. Yuck. He's got... I know it's too big for a squirrel. I'm not going to put it on camera because it's kind of gross, but he's got the hindquarters of an animal hanging out of his mouth. It's colored like a squirrel, but it's too big to be a squirrel. No idea. Silly dog. And anyways, and it's not a rabbit because it doesn't have big enough feet. Maybe it's a groundhog. I don't know. But anyway, just thought I'd share my flowers. And the table is a mess. I need to get that cleaned off. I am home from my 4th therapy session, and I think it's making a big difference. I am not 100% yet, but I do feel so much better, and I'm starting to get more strength back in my legs, and that is a really good feeling. But while I was in town, I went ahead and stopped over at Dollar Tree. I was actually going to pick up some more tarps to finish covering the garden, and they didn't have any. But I did pick up a few really cute fall things, and then I had to run into Walmart to pick up a couple of things. So let me show you what I picked up while I was in town today. So this is everything I picked up from Dollar Tree and Walmart. Every time I'm anywhere, you know me, I'm trying to think of prepper stuff. So I picked up 2 bags of pinto beans and 1 bag of black beans. These are all a pound each. I picked up these little composition notebooks just because I needed scratch paper. Anytime I'm sitting over in my chair, I'm like, I need scratch paper. So I picked those up. And then when I was looking for the little notebooks, I saw this little notebook that reminds me of Sally so much. And anything with a dachshund or a beagle on it, you know, I can't resist that. So I picked that up. It's just a cute little lined notebook. And then the rest I got was fall decor. They had these cute mushrooms. I thought they were adorable. So we got 2 packs of them. Olivia did note that they do look a little bit more pink than they do red. So this may be a DIY where I paint them red and then put white dots on them. I don't know. I don't even have anything really in mind for these yet. I just thought they were adorable and I didn't want to pass them up. I picked up another package of little bitty pumpkins, little velvet pumpkins. And then I got some of these LED lights. I thought for my little mouse village, I got the leaf-shaped ones, and then I got the pumpkin-shaped ones. And then I got a bunch of foliage. I just really love these feathers. And I was going for this more of a warm tone for fall rather than bright orange, more of the rusty orange or the more muted tones. So I really, that's what my thought was with these. I got 2 picks of each of those. And then I got these crocheted or knitted pumpkins. They are so adorable. I got 2 green ones, 2 of the off-white ones, and then 2 of these orange ones. And like you can see, they're not a bright orange. They're more the muted orange color. And then I picked up these. They had these in a couple of different shades, but I just went with the lighter one. Just for something different. I have no clue what I'm going to do with all of these, but I'm going to definitely incorporate those in my fall decor this year. So that's everything I got at Dollar Tree. And then I went into Walmart specifically to get some ball canning lids. I'm going to be hopefully doing those tomatoes on Monday, and I wasn't sure how many lids I had. So I got 4 boxes of those. I know that'll be more than enough for this year, but I wanted to make sure I had them for next year too. And then I needed to get some light bulbs. These are for those little plug-in wax melt burners that are little, they plug into a light socket. So I have one in my bathroom and Olivia has one in her bathroom, and they take these specialty bulbs. So I got 2 packs of those. And then you will have seen on Friday my video on my zucchini muffins, and I had mentioned in that video, which I actually filmed today, that I was going to get another set of these Pioneer Woman measuring cups because I love them so much. And so yeah, while I was there, I went ahead and picked them up. They, like you can see, they come in so many different sizes, and that is just so convenient, especially now that I'm counting calories. I'm measuring my food out more, and so it's nice to have extra measuring cups. And then I was heading to the checkout and I saw these. I don't know if they'll fit my sink. I'm hoping they will. But this is just to put in your sink to catch all the gunk. And we don't put a lot of food down our drains, but sometimes you can't help but a little bit go down. So I picked up one because we have a double sink in our kitchen. So that is everything I picked up at Dollar Tree and Walmart. One of you asked me how to seed save. Now there are multiple different ways to seed save, and there are, you seed save different plants differently. But for tomatoes, there's 2 ways you can do it. You can either, well, the first thing you need to do is you need to pick fully ripe fruit. They have to be fully ripened. You don't want to try one that's half ripe or green or anything like that, because the seeds won't be mature. You have to have fully ripened fruit. And then you can either just take the fully ripened fruit, set it on a plate, and let it decompose naturally, which takes quite a bit of time. Or you can do it another way, which is the way I'm going to do it. Now I'm using this one because it was split, and I'm going to use these 2 because they're fully ripe. And what you do is you just cut the tomato open, and you're going to want a glass or a jar of water, and you just kind of squeeze the seeds or scoop the seeds out with your finger and put them in the water. I'm going to do that for all of these tomatoes. And then once you get all the seeds in this jar, you leave it sit on your counter for 24 hours. And during that time, all of the little fibers and this gelatinous stuff will separate from the seeds. Now, the last time I seed saved, I left the jar on the counter for a couple of days because I didn't get to it the next day, but and it was fine, but you don't want to leave it for too terribly long or they will start to get moldy and really disgusting. So I have already seed saved from this particular tomato. This will be my 6th little cherry tomato, but I want to make sure I have plenty of seeds. Not every seed is going to germinate, and I'm seed saving this variety because I really like it, and I don't know if I'll be able to find them again next year. I don't know the name of them. So you just let this sit for 48 hours. After that, you take them out of the jar, you put them through a strainer, and you separate the seeds from all the other gook. Now these are the ones that I've done previously, and you put them on a paper plate and you let them dry completely, which these are completely dry. And I had to put a note on here, not just for myself, but for the rest of the family. They would see this plate and think it just had sesame seeds or something on it and throw it away. Then you're going to want to take an envelope and label it exactly what it is, and just put your dried seeds right in. Since these are tiny seeds, I'm just going to pour them right in the envelope. Now there's some that are stuck, so I'm going to go ahead and loosen those. And if you lose a couple seeds here and there, you know, that's okay. You're going to get quite a few. So this is how you do tomatoes. Now for peppers, they're easy. You don't have to soak them in water at all. You just cut the pepper open, get the seeds out, put them on a plate, let them dry. When they're thoroughly dry, put them in an envelope. Same for things like squash, watermelon, anything that has a really big seed. The only key to that is you want to make sure the seeds are completely dry before you put them in an envelope, or they'll get moldy and they'll be useless. So that's how I seed save my tomatoes. I am a novice at this. To be honest, I haven't done a whole lot of I haven't done any seed saving until I started doing these tomatoes. But I definitely want this variety again next year. So that's why I am doing it this way. Hope this was helpful for you. I'm going to go ahead and close off this vlog here with a little update on the little chickies. It's Thursday, and the next couple of days this weekend is going to be pretty busy and hectic for me, so I don't think I'm going to have a chance to pick up the video camera and vlog anymore. So we'll just go ahead and end it here. These guys are a week old, and there have been a few changes to the setup here. I went ahead and invested in one of these chicken warmer plates. They are so much more efficient, energy efficient than the light bulb, plus they are less of a fire hazard. It was about $49 off of Amazon, but I'm hoping to be able to use it many times because I plan on raising chicks from time to time. But yeah, I figured since they were in my house, I wanted to make sure and have something that was safer and more energy efficient. And then the other change to this is we added some bird netting to the outside of this wire cage, because when Scott came down here after supper this evening, 2 of them had jumped over the side already, and they were down on the outside up against the metal flashing there. They hadn't tried to escape, but when I tried to catch them to put them back in, one of them went right through the fencing there. So we expanded the ring. As you can see, it takes up almost the entire surface of the fencing, and we've got this netting on here. I'm hoping to keep the ring up for I was hoping for at least another week. I don't know if they keep hopping out, they might get caught here in the corner, down here in the corners. So we may end up having to take the flashing out altogether, but hopefully we'll be able to keep them contained for a little bit longer. They look at them, they're very, very active, and I don't know how they managed to hop out, but they sure did. 2 of them did. Olivia thought maybe they had gotten on the top of that and jumped out, which is possible, I suppose, but I don't know. But anyway, they're doing really good. They're healthy. They're growing. You can't really tell from the video, but they are starting to feather out in their wings. Let's see if I can zoom in a little. That's as far in as I can zoom. But you can kind of see on their wings they're losing the fluff. They're starting to get feathers already, and they're only a week old. But they're fun. They're not very tame, but you know, as they get older, hopefully they'll get tamer. Alright friends, I'm going to go ahead and tell you goodbye for now. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section below. And we will talk to you next time. Bye-bye friends.